Hey guys, JH, welcome to the Practice Tee. Okay, so as a follow-on to the Mo Norman Mechanics videos 1 and 2, where this is going to be really video 3, and all it's going to revolve around is the little intricacies of this swing and some of the insight that Mo Norman gave me. And guys, I don't know if he mentioned this to anybody else, but I've never heard anybody else mention some of the things that I'm going to tell you today. So I think I was a little privileged in gaining some insight into the wonderful mechanics of Mo Norman. Okay guys, now we've gone through the basic processes and mechanics and the structure, and that is we want single axis. One axis is the shaft or the grip, and the other axis is the right forearm or the trail forearm. We want to basically set up and look like this. I don't care how you get into this position, guys, but as long as you can basically look like that. Now if you want to have it up here fully extended like Mo did, that's fine. If you want to have a little bit of kink in your right elbow, that's fine. We all have to apply an individual feel. I don't do Mo Norman's full mechanics because I'm not built like Mo Norman. I don't have his type of timing phases or processes. So we have to mould the swing to suit ourselves, guys. Okay, so as long as we set up with the single axis, with a wider than normal stance, and the reason the wider than normal stance is that so we can lateralize easy. It's very hard to lateralize from a narrow stance because you lose your balance. But if you get wider, you can lateralize easier, and you can maintain the pressure in that right leg or that trail leg, and you can keep the hips going this way. You can pressure down through that right groin easily. Like if I'm up here, it's hard to do that, guys, because I've run out of right leg. As soon as this right leg's closer to the left, I can't drive it as much. See that? I just can't do that. And so this is part of the innate genius of Mo Norman. He worked out structurally how to use his trail leg to the best advantage, and you can't use that. You can't lateralize from a narrow stance. So you have to be here so we can do that. So we can drop and sit into the golf swing. I'm going to try today, guys, to sort of get an angle. I've noticed on some of the videos lately the angles are terrible, but I do these by myself, and we're back in the cow paddock today, but I love it here. And so, you know, they're rough and ready videos, but I think they get the message across. All right, some of the intricacies. When we take the club back, don't step out of audio, JH. Hopeless. When we take the club back, it looks like Mo does this in the golf swing. He doesn't do that, guys. He basically just folds his arms in the backswing. He turns his shoulders and folds his arms here. And if you watch him in slow motion, that's what he does. Here. On the change of direction, those folded arms gain some connection, and he just turns the body back to square and then pulls with that left arm and lets the club release. He lets it release. So the feeling is, guys, we want the arm to go around, the elbow to go around the rib cage. Now two things I'm going to tell you now that I've never heard any of the other guys mention. Not Todd Graves, Greg Laverne, even Jim Sudi, Dr. Jim Sudi. I've never heard anyone mention this before. And that's this, guys. Mo told me that when he took the club back, and it's extraordinary. I said, Mo, how do you get that softness in that right arm? How do you fold it? He said, I feel like the club face does this in my backswing. Think about that, guys. As it comes back, he feels this. He doesn't feel that. He said, I feel the club coming towards me like that, like it's coming here. I've never heard him mention that. I've never heard anyone else mention it. Because I said, you know, you just feel, I actually said to him, it just looks like your arm's doing that. And he grabbed hold of my wrist. He said, it does do that. It does that. It doesn't do that. It does that. So the club, and he used the phrase, he said, the club comes to me. It comes to me. Really, and if you do it, guys, it's amazing the softness you get in the golf swing. You can basically just fold your right arm up. Look. Now his golf swing doesn't look like that, but that's how he gets that. I feel when I swing well with this system that both arms bend, that they do that. It's almost a wood chopping exercise, almost like a wood chopping exercise with a lateral slide, and just a firing of the arms past the body. Now the other thing he said to me, he said, you notice I grip the club down on every shot? And I said, yeah, I do. I've dramatically noticed that. I said, why do you do that? He said, well, when I first started learning it, I used to feel that there was a spike on the end of the shaft, and I used to try and drive the shaft into the ball like that. And he said if I could actually see it like that, he said I would see it sometimes when I did my practice swing, I'd see it. And he said, and then I just concentrate on driving that into the golf ball. Big long spike there and driving that into the golf ball. See what that does, guys? As soon as I do that here, look what happens to my right elbow. Right elbow gets here. Look. That's called pitch elbow. I don't get that much because I've had a damaged shoulder for a lot of years, and I don't get as much pitch elbow as that. My rotation here is not very much in my shoulder joint. But he said that he actually drove it in there. Now that kept the elbow going this way. So, you know, if you're going to hit a little pitch shot or any type of small shot, just get the golf club and just he called it butting. Called it butting the golf club. Tried to butt it. Get here and then butt it. And I've got some slow-mo of Mo in a bunker. He even does it in a bunker, guys. He does this. He goes in a bunker. He does it on every shot once you become aware of it. So they are they're little rare insights. Never heard it mentioned by anybody else. Never. And whenever my ball striking goes off, that softening of the right arm and being able to, if you can actually feel this guy, from here, just feel like you've got a ball in your hand and you're doing that, tossing a ball over your shoulder. That's how you want it. See, even though I feel like it's coming this way, watch the position of the club at the top. Gets in perfect position, look. Flat left hand here, and I feel like I'm doing that. So they're the little intricacies, guys. Okay, non-negotiables. We must slide. If we're set up like this, with a wide stance, and we're getting back to here, if we don't slide to the ball, we just can't use our arms. We basically just stay there with a wide stance and we turn, the club can't get back to the ball. This shoulder's going off and the wide stance pitches us this way, because it's very hard to transfer your weight if you don't slide. If you have a wide stance and you just turn, it pitches you that way. We want to go this way. So very important, guys. Here, just in here. Slow motion, Hogan's famous slow motion golf swing. Here we are. And I'm talking about having a bit of flex in your knees. You can do that. If you can do that, I feel very top heavy when I do that, because Mo was much more substantial than me down here, so he had a better capability of balancing the upper mass when he was like that. I feel like I'm going to tip over, so I have to balance and get a bit more weight on the heels, whereas his was straight down through the arches of his feet, which enabled him to do that and that. So they're the intricacies, guys. The things you have to work with, and really just get a golf club. have a relatively wide stance and just do a couple of things like this. Just go. Just go. Take it here. Take it here. Okay, there's not enough slide in that for me. Here. 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 So the weight's here, guys. Okay, they're the little intricacies. We'll pause here and then I'll come back and we'll just hit some shots and we'll go through some drills.